All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, James. Panos, good morning. Safe, good morning. Stephen, good morning. All right, guys. Let's get this show on the road here, and let's take a quick look at the overall indices right now. We're looking at YM right now. During Globex, we established a railroad short and a switch trade in this channel going lower, and we're pushing. We pushed to target number one, target number two in the sequence, 32,508, and we are looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity right now. Crude oil, oh, that's a rally for you. They put a switch trade right here at 70.20, and looking at target one, target number two. We hit target number two, and we're pulling back right now. Uh, Pullbacks are buyable, but whenever the market does this, it's a bit exhaustive. So you may get a reversion to the mean type of trade where the market can sell off to 70.93, and then we could start looking for a reversal candle as a buying opportunity. But hitting target two right there, you're gonna get a bit of a potential for a downward push. Russell 2000, we have a channel. The channel is a upward channel, and here it goes. That's how it looks. Okay, there you go. And basically, what we're looking for here is a one candle reversal at 1766.9. If the market reverses that way, then potentially these pullbacks are buyable. We can see that Russell 2000 is behaving a lot better than what we're seeing out of NQ, for example. So that's an important thing for us to see. Good morning, Adam. How are you, sir? Gold. Here we go, gold, and we are in channel number one, and actually channel number one established and broke above it. Channel number two could be here if we can get a one candle reversal at 1960.1, meaning that that close will trigger selling pressure to Globex, then the bottom end of that range at 1950. So we can see that gold is experiencing a bit of distribution in and around these ranges that we're seeing right now. We hit that 2020, came in with a lower high around 2000, and now the market's struggling to actually mount another run at the highs. ES, a one candle reversal right now. We broke that channel and we're coming back to test it. If we start breaking anything under 39.89 and a quarter, that will lend itself to resumption of that prior channel. What you're seeing here is the number 4,000 has been a very critical number, and it's actually the FOMC number. That's the price where the FOMC uh, fund Fed fund rate was announced. NQ is on a daily basis an inside day. We're seeing a little bit of selling pressure here. Gold inside day. ES is an inside day. So we're starting the day off with an inside day, right? So here we go. We got ourselves 200 inch wrinkle and 100 inch wrinkle are in sync on the short side. That is the direction we are looking at. Harmony wave number one. Harmony zone number one is 785.50, 795.50. And then you got 810, 820 as harmony zone number two. We're looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. The next continuation trade for this price action is 735. If the market is to reverse, well, it has to go to almost 855. Switch trade. They put on a switch trade, the premium switch trade right here. A break anything under 50s is gonna lend itself for momentum. Yeah, look at that. Boom. That was a premium switch trade right off the bat this morning. Good morning, Pat. How are you? I'm gonna post a couple of orders out there just to kind of see how things are coming online for me. Here we go. See that switch trade right here? Everything was in sync and in harmony on the short side. We're getting a push, and we're about to hit that level that we talked about is 710. Well, actually, we hit the initial level. We're hitting the 728 as a target. Then 711 is another target for us to hit. Target number 3 is hit on the sequence, and 711 is what's next for us right now. All right, we're getting a little bit of a push here in ES to the middle of the range. Harmony zone number one in ES is that 4001. We're back to that 4000. One interesting note though, that NQ is lagging ES in a significant way. Yeah, good morning, Pat. How are you? Good morning, Gary. That that was one heck of switch trade, premium switch trade right there. I mean, it couldn't get any better. Target number four in the sequence 71. We hit the 11, right? That's the target, and now the next set of targets. We're not too far away from it, actually. 85. So about 15 points away from the next sequence. All right, so you got to understand that we got some news coming up at the top of the hour. CB Consumer Confidence, the Enrichment Manufacturing Index. That's going to be a price mover for sure. It's a red folder, so just make sure that you're aware of it as we approach the top of the hour. Yeah, I know, Panos. It's just it's a very distinct difference between the behavior of NQ and ES this morning. They're putting a captain setup long right here, but I'm not gonna trust it against all this pressure that we're seeing here. We need to see a rally back up. We need to see a confirmation, a pullback, then a run up. Yeah, see that how they failed that one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they fail it and they run it back up. ES is pushing a little bit. They're trying to stabilize it. The odds are we're going to see a little bit of a push to 718 in NQ right now. It's coming up here in a few seconds. Hey, good morning, Sheila. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, close this candle closing up right here with a switch trade against that captain setup will lend itself to that 18 to 20 price action. Okay, no. Still more pressure. All right, we hit that level 85, and now the next sequence is going to take us to 660. Very directional market this morning. So the way the market is going is you're long ES and you're short NQ. That's basically what the market is telling us right now. So this is the third wave in this rotation, right? The third harmony wave in this rotation. So just be careful trying to get short here. The market is most likely is going to pause. Here comes hitting the middle of the range. Harmony zone number one changed. It's 10 and a half, 10, 20 half, and 35 half, 45 half. ES constantly hitting harmony zone number one and getting faded off of it, but it's a lot stronger than NQ. The trade of the day so far is this right here. All right, coming up to the top end of the harmony zone on ES. Uh, 721. You break 721 on NQ, you're gonna get a disconnect between the 200 and the 100. So that tells us if we do that, that the market is no longer trending. If we see that happen. Yes, Adam, absolutely. In relation to how ES is behaving, NQ is a lot weaker. So we tested harmony zone number one on NQ. We also tested harmony zone number one on ES. Rallies are still shortable on both instruments, but I rather short NQ than short ES. All right. We established a channel and we broke it. All right, so that 21 is the issue for the shorts, right? So if we start breaking anything above that, then the market is no longer trending. That we're gonna go into a phase of consolidation in anticipation of the news at the top of the hour. So I wouldn't put it past them running it up to 720. See that switch trade right here? That's the catalyst for that jump to 21. I mean, it's going to be against that 707. So 707 has to hold, then 21 becomes a possibility. Nope. That's interesting here that they put a captain setup. Okay, so that's 710.75. All right, so there, that's the second attempt at it here. All right, we got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes for the top of the hour and the news at 9 o'clock. No trades for me so far. We're just simply reading the price action. What we noticed here is that beautiful switch trade, premium switch trade that the market did. And, we had this sequence of uh, selling pressure, hitting multiple targets. Now we're pausing, and 20 to 23 is going to be a critical level for the longs to take over and for the shorts to defend. And I think everybody is waiting for the news at the top of the hour right now. So just make sure that you're protecting yourself. Don't. Yes, it is a market mover. It's a CB, consumer confidence. It's a red folder. So look it up right here. See the CB consumer confidence red folder at the top of the hour. You got Richmond manufacturing, then you got FOMC member bar, but those two pieces are critical. So yes, make sure that you protect yourself and your position as we approach that top of the hour. So we couldn't muster any energy to go up to that 23. We hit 20, we couldn't get to 23. The market is still in sync on the short side. A lot of consolidation going on right here. So ES keeps hitting different parts of the harmony zone and pulling back. Good morning, Ken. How are you? Kiki fun. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. So this zone that we are in, it's a very critical zone between that 70 to the 85, that 15 points. That's where the market will make a higher low in essence if they hold on to it. And if that happens, then you may get a push higher to that 23. But it's too early to. Here we go, 9 o'clock. Let's see what they want to do here. I mean, if they put a captain set up long at 95, yeah, no. So another short right here, and the next sequence is 660. 66 is the next level. All right, so when we're looking at ES, we are in the middle of the range, and we had a two candle continuation of this push, and we're trading in and around 4,000. So really, all this move that we saw in NQ was not reciprocated in ES. ES is, for all practical reasons, is just consolidating around that 4,000 level without any momentum and or direction, while NQ is directional. Okay, Bitcoin is in a channel on the downside, breaking that 27,000 and producing a railroad short right now. Any break under 26,618 will pick up momentum on the downside. That whole structure we are in, the 28,800 was a captain setup that got tested 3 times, and then a sequence of events after that selling that market. Our Nvidia, the opening price is 264.56. We're trading well under that price, hitting target number 6, which is an extended price action. You could see how the market established a captain setup short, came in, establishing a second captain setup short right here, and that was yesterday. Into today, market gaps down and sell into zone target number 4, 5, and 6. That's really a very nice price action here. So we're getting another push here in NASDAQ. YM, it's consolidating around Globex. Not much going on. And actually, we started the day. That's a Globex price action with a captain setup, then failed the whole structure. And now we're back into the middle of the range. QQQ. We're in the middle of the range right now. This is an area where the market can sell off again, and looking for target number 4. Microsoft. Captain set up long on Microsoft. Global opening price is 275.76. We're trading under that. Spiders. Target number 3 is hit. Just Globex, or the opening price is 395.71. So rallies are shortable against that 396. Apple. Big move in Apple. Target number 6 is hit. I mean, that's just amazing. They put on a railroad, tested it with the Inception Trade railroad right here, and the market just kind of sold off. They put a captain setup, gave it a little bit of money, and then rolled everybody over. Tesla. Tesla, 191.94 is the opening price, trading well under that, and we're in consolidation after this massive selling pressure. ES, market is trying to stabilize the middle of the range. ES is stronger than NQ. Gold, middle of the range action again. One candle reversal and a close under 1960.4 is going to lead us to a push at 1958. Okay, Russell 2000, we are in a channel on the upside. It's really holding up very nicely. That's the pretty much the only instrument that is showing a bit of strength. All right. Crude oil, one candle reversal, punching back up to target number 2. Target number 3 is 75.22. So the game the market is playing right now is a game between that 723 and where we at right now. You're getting a push here in ES. That should reciprocate here in Q. And let's see if we can get to that 23. The market keeps playing around with that level. So what's actionable for me? This is the most important point. Is what would get me to actually act in this environment? I mean, if I wasn't taking that beautiful premium switch trade right here, then I'm sitting to wait for a rally after the news to get short into. Right now, what you're seeing here is a market that's going to be in consolidation, or is showing the early signs of consolidation. So the trending nature that we saw early on in the morning is not here anymore. And the only available type of trades are scalping trades with more focus on the short side in NQ than the long side. However, in ES, you're getting a little bit more robust long behavior. Here comes that 23 again. So what will make me act? Well, I mean, if we go all the way up to 760 and a half, then I'm going to look at pullback as a buying opportunity. If we break 23, it puts us in a mode where I can only take scalping opportunities in NQ. If we break that 23, either long or short, but that just, it's not a market that will tell us that the market is no longer trending. Here it comes. All right, so that happened. So the market is no longer in harmony, and we're taking a look at the market from the perspective of fading. I mean, you could be fading the pullbacks into run-ups. Right now we have another harmony zone number two, which is 35 half, 45 half. That's an area for the shorts to come in and reassert themselves. In order for me to participate, I want to see a push into 60 half. If we push 60 half, then that will position us for pullbacks to be a buying opportunity. So something we're noticing right now is just not a lot of not a lot of movement. Not a lot of movement. Yeah, like things are quiet a little bit. All right, so this is very interesting in ES is if we break that 05 and a quarter, you're gonna get a reversion to the mean type of trade into the 275. So watch out for that behavior if it presents itself. The 05 and a quarter. The longs cannot give up that level. The market is out of sync between the 200 and the 100 NT Renko. Okay, so that did not happen, which is good. So the longs are pushing the price in this channel to the upside, and you're looking for a retest of harmony zone number two, which is 35 half, 45 half. Like I understand what they're trying to do here, but at the same time, this is not. I'm committing to just trading today when the market is completely in sync. So I'm not taking any partial trade that are not in out of sync. So if the market is all in sync, then I'll get in and I'll take a look at getting in. Right now the market is out of sync. So the period in which, like how long each candle is building up and closing. I mean, what is this? This is like 5 minutes on the 20 NT Rinko or close to it. That's just a slow price action, which is not necessarily a bad thing for trading. At least it's a little bit more stable. But you just have to be a lot more patient in this market. So Harmony Zone number two in ES got hit at that '08 and they faded it into the middle of the range. So you should be seeing a bit of a push lower here in Q. All right, so they put on channel number, I mean, you could kind of call it channel number one, be honest with you here. Let's see. Yeah, there is a complete disconnect in this market. Really, the longs are not strong and the shorts are pausing. So you're getting this lethargic price action where they float it a little bit, they pull it back a little bit, and they're oscillating back and forth. That's fine. I'm a patient man. I am a patient man. I will wait till things become the environment becomes exactly what I wanted it to come to. So a break here below oh 05 will get us to flush in under the 700, then a test the 95, and we'll see how strong they are um, around here. Yeah, Steven. I mean, that's just basically that's the definition of a market that's out of sync. That's interesting here. I mean, they put on a switch trade right here that will set the stage for a push. We should be seeing a push under 700 here in NQ. ES is trying to stabilize here. I mean, they put on a one candle reversal. They're testing it. You break anything under 02 and a quarter, you're gonna start drifting toward 4,000, and that's gonna have an impact on NQ below to 700. Here it comes. Okay. Okay, it's 9:30. 9:30 right now. All right. So now the 200 and the 100 are back in sync on the short side. Back in sync. Looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. And let's see what the market has to offer here. The next target for this sequence is going to be 660. We've been talking about the 660 for some time. All right, 66 coming up. 66 coming up. And it got hit. The next sequence is 35 and a half on the short side. Yeah, that's a nice one, man. Yeah, market got in sync, and it just, you know that you're gonna get a little bit of momentum here. I was looking for a little bit of a run up, but I mean that circle that I circled is literally right. That's the only thing they gave us on that rotation. Two candle up, one candle down, a trigger trade, and then they flushed the market. So I would have had to be, aggressive here and just take that rotation. You got short on those switch trades right here at 707.75 and 702. Is that what you're saying? Then the market gave us a railroad and an inception trade. Then the market got in sync here at the 80 level, and then gave us a trigger trade into this flush. All right, so what are we dealing with here? I mean, can we get a little bit of a rally so we could short into? I mean, that's just basically what I'm looking for right now. Next target of this rotation is 35 half. Good morning, Jose. So at no point during this behavior that we looked at the market from the long perspective. We constantly looked at it from the perspective of a rally to get short into. Yeah, I mean everything is in sync. Sync on the short side. ES started that day, with the break around 4,000 being in sync on the short side, and it was stronger than NQ, but still, there is a more dominance in the short behavior across the market. I mean, 623. I mean, I actually put a captain setup and failed it here. I'm gonna step away for just a moment. Yeah, here we go. I mean, what they're doing right now is just they're building a little bit of the foundation to probably push a little bit higher. maybe we'll get a test of 685, 695, and see if we can resume the pressure lower. right, all right. It looks like I didn't miss anything here, but I mean, they put on a captain setup short right here, and also a captain setup short on the 40 NT wrinkle, and they're really not flushing it anymore. So that tells me that the market is just, slowing down right here. That they're accumulating, right? Here it comes. You start breaking anything above 77. Yeah, they're gonna push it up a little bit here. Good morning, Omer. Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. How's everybody doing so far? Tally up. Who traded and how did we do? Good job, Gary. Okay. 4 trades, Tiny Green, 3K on evaluation, half of the finish line. Steven equals 0 trades. Okay. How is Jose doing? Ken, Panos. No trades for Jose. Okay. Brad, Sheila, James. Oh, that captain setup, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just that was like a 5-7 pointer of a move. Not much. Are you talking about this one, right? The 63? 63 to 53? All right, so here we go, a little bit of buying interest. The next target for this rotation is 35, or if the market breaks harmony zone number 1 and 2, you can get all the way up to 740. That will set the stage for a bit of buying interest. All right, they punched it up. Okay. So they trapped everybody that was in that rotation, right? If we break, let me see here, 98, 98, then we are back out of sync in this market. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a V recovery. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Right, we're coming up to that 97, and that will disconnect the market once again. Here we go. So we got there. What is that telling me? Telling me the market is back and out of sync. So you see what happened last time? They did that one candle reversal, then reverse it one more time and flush the market. So I have a feeling that we're done with that behavior for now. And if we start to trade anything above 710 to 720, consolidate and hold up, then you may get another run into 35, and 35 would be the reversal of the 200 NT Rinko, and that will set the stage for pullbacks to be buyable at that point. So what we're seeing here with this reversal pattern, and what the market did is did this number and broke it upward. So they put on a captain setup, short, retested it one more time. They needed to break the low under 650, and they just could not muster any strength to do that. So the natural reaction to that is they built a channel and they broke that channel upward. And the way this channel is breaking is really strong. It's really strong. And you broke it by two candles, and we're getting a push to harmony zone number 2. Now in ES, now that's the little bit of a difference here. Now ES is weaker, believe it or not, weaker than NQ. Like, how is that even possible? It was stronger all day long, but whenever you're testing and passing harmony zone number 1 on NQ, but you're not doing it on ES, that tells me ES is weaker than NQ. All right. So here we go. They're punching it. They're punching it. They're punching. So what's going on here, guys? I'm committing to trade the next 30 decisions I make in trading. They're gonna be all in sync. So the market has to be in harmony for me to make them. So that means I'm gonna have to be patient and wait till everything kind of lines up, then take a shot that makes sense. So that means the 200 and the 100 needs to be in sync. Then on the 20 NT wrinkle, I need a pullback that makes sense into the middle of the range and or a signal. So where we at for the day? No trades, and this is where we at so far for the end of for the year. On the third month of the year, we're at 22,313, and we're not too far away from equity high, which is 523. So I have the capacity to sit and wait and look for nothing but the highest quality decisions, and then we can punch in our equity to higher equity highs. But if it's not there, I'm not gonna take it. Yeah, we got plenty of days, my friend. Plenty of days. All right, so this is a captain setup short right here. So they're gonna potentially fade it into the middle of the range at 686. Hey, Khaled. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's a little bit further out, Omer. It's a little bit further out around the whole number. But I mean, here you go. You're getting a little bit of that push. So the 200 and the 100 are out of sync, and we're getting testing of harmony zone number two. That's telling me that the market is stable on the long side here, and the buyers are stepping in. They put on a captain setup short, and they failed it. So as long as we continue to trade above 673, we should get potential run up to the upside. This thing is like watching paint dry right now. So the next 30 decisions we make here, I make in this room, are gonna be in harmony decisions. The 200 and the 100 will need to be in sync for that decision to be made. Russell 2000 compressing. Let's see. Well, crude oil is hitting target number 2. That's interesting, right? Here we go. Russell 2000, yeah. I mean, you get a break above 71.6. We're gonna get a push past Globex into the high of the Globe expanded 76.1. So that is consistent with a trending market. I mean, that's the only trending upward market we're seeing here so far. Gold established channel number 2, and we are looking at a potential reversal here at 62.4. If that happens, then we're going to hit target number 2 and also Globex at 1957.8. If we break anything above 75.1, then that personality is shifting back to a positive, but we need to see the cloud shift as well. ES. The big deal for ES is this, 40.13 and a quarter. We break above that, then things can start progressing in a nice way on the upside. And ultimately, that reversal, if it does happen, has a target number 2 at 40.55.75. Because that what that means in essence is we tested the breakout of the channel, and that test worked out, and now we're ready for a push. Tesla. Yeah, well. Tesla is in consolidation under their opening price of 191.94, and we're at 188.70. So this is weak market right there, but weak consolidated with a weak bias. Netflix. 326 is the open, and we're trading above it. Well, that's interesting, right? So that market ran up and came and got faded all the way back down. Okay, and after that massive rundown, they're consolidating this market, but the weakness is still present there. NQ on a daily basis, you're getting into this very consolidated market, and you could see how choppy in a big way the market is on NQ. So a couple of levels. I mean, the low of today is obviously significant at 648, and you know, as long as the market does not break 2 levels, 729, which we're not too far away from breaking that, then you got 63. And ultimately, the 807 is the shorts have to defend that level with their life. Okay, so if this type of pattern holds up, then you are truly going to be looking at a continuation selling pressure tomorrow that could take you below 600 and into the 400s to 450s. Okay, but that all depends on how we handle today. As long as we trade under 812, then the potential for that behavior is very strong. Gold. Inside day consolidation after a big upward move and a little bit of selling pressure. So the big number is 1982, Need to trade under that for the shorts to continue to pressure, and any break under 1944 will literally flush this market down to the 1920, 1900 for a retest. ES, an inside day, consolidated inside day, and they're doing this consolidation right on the middle of the range. Not much really going on there. Apple 157.93 is the opening price. We're trading under it. We're establishing channel 1 and channel 2 to the upside, and the big break is 157.30. You break that and you pull back, it's a buying opportunity. Spiders, they put on a captain setup and retraced into a switch trade. We're trading above Globex, or above the opening price, and at the top end of the Globex band. So this is really consolidated with a bit of long bias here, and the big number is 396.47. Microsoft 275.76 is the opening price, and we are trading under it. Channel number 1 established. This is channel number 2, and the shorts need to protect 274.25. QQQ, they failed this captain setup into a rally. The shorts need to protect 307.20, and or otherwise the market is going to be in a mode to go to 308, which is the opening price for QQQ. YM, consolidation around Globex, not much going on really. Nvidia is 264.56. 264.56, and we're inching into it. I mean, they established channel 1, channel 2, and hit target number 1 through 4. Pullbacks are buyable as long as we continue to trade above 261.55. That's that. Looking at NQ right now, you got the 100 NT Rinko and the 200s out of sync. You break 35, which is not too far away from here. That will change the personality of the market to slightly bullish on pullbacks on signals. But you just have to remember that the market on the bigger picture here. Let's take a look. They put a captain setup switch trade, nice one actually, and ran it up all the way to 13,000 and faded and broke that low. Now you have this low here from the 19th. It's a double bottom at 534. So really a close above the 734 is going to give us a bit of room for us to run up into the middle to touch Globex. But there, most likely the shorts are gonna present themselves. So any long that you take above and after the 735, it needs to not be oversized, and also you got to look at the 20 NT Rinko and the 100 and make sure that you're picking an actual signal that it makes sense. That means you have to wait and not participate in the reversal at the bottom, which is in many ways saves you from bottom fishing in the market, which is the disease that most of us have, right? Is that fading disease. And yes, it is a freaking disease. So that means you miss the bottom, you miss the top, but you take a piece in the middle. I count how many were successful in the sink, a very high percentage. Very high percentage, 70 plus percent. If you're scalping, you could take a look at the 70, 50, and 100. If you want to always position yourself for swing trades and scalping trades, you got to position yourself to where the 200 and the 100 are in sync. There is about 0% of any big move that happens in the market that the 200 and the 100 are not in sync. Zero. So that should tell you all you need to know. There's no time in price action that the market made any significant move when the 200 and the 100 were out of sync. So that is your go-to setup. And from there, you can start looking at lower count Rincos, like the 70s, 50s, and 20s, and look for entry points and refine your risk controls. So this way you're not taking too much risk. But what does that mean? That means you really have to be patient and wait for the 200 to actually get there. And sometimes you'll have days when the market gets to the 200 close, they reverse it. So you really have to, you're defining the environment initially with the 200 and the 100, but then you dig deeper into the other charts and find your way into risk management and also a signal to get you into the trade. I mean, I'll give you an example today. The trades that showed up when the market was completely in sync, right? First one is right here, and that was a massive signal. It was a switch trade, a premium switch trade right off the bat. Boom, the market just tanked off of it from 70 all the way to 85. That is 75 points. Second signal, the market was completely in sync, and they gave us a switch trade from 88 to 70, 18 points. So that's the second signal that the market did, where everything was in harmony. This signal right here, that was only the 100 and the 50 and the 70 are in sync. So that's the scalping opportunity. But we're not going to count that because we are looking for everything in sync in the same direction. This right here, the market is completely in sync. It got in sync at 85, came into 74, ran up and gave us a trigger trade for 25 points run down. So basically, so far, the market made 3 signals today where the market was in complete harmony, and every single one of them was a winner. So here you go. Okay, so the question from Gary is, well, why didn't you take him? And what did you not see here that didn't let you take him? Good question, fair question. Right here at the beginning of the day, I saw that one, but at the beginning of the day, and I simply watched the market during that first half an hour, so I disqualified that one. That the second one right here, I simply was looking for a market to really, at a minimum, touch the middle of the range on that first reaction. So my criteria here was a little bit, maybe you could say, a little bit too stringent. Okay, but I passed on that one. Then when the market did this deal, I was still looking for a market to give me a run up to the middle of the range, so I can get a little bit more space for the push lower, and the market just simply did not do that. So the environment was there, the behavior was there, the signal, the market just provided the signal the way it wanted to provide the signal. And my thought process was, let me wait for a railroad short in all of these, or if the switch trade is going to happen, let it happen at as close to the middle of the range as possible, because that's going to give me the highest probability of success with the highest probability of money made. Which, in essence, my stringent requirement is just put me in a position where I didn't take any of these trades. And that's okay. And that's okay. You know, my trading here is not a day thing. So I'm making 30 decision commitment. So the next 30 decisions, I'm looking for the market to do exactly this. Then from there, I'm going to look for a quality decision in the form of a testing the middle of the range with a railroad or a captain setup or something like that. Okay, so this way, you know, the actual signal has a higher quality feature to it. And I think every single one of us have to make a 30 decision a non-negotiable requirement, which means that you distill all your ideas into a singular idea. And you say, this is my non-negotiable. And my non-negotiable is for the market to do, in my example, a non-negotiable is for the market to be in sync. The 200 and the 100 are in sync. That's a non-negotiable. The second non-negotiable is I need the cloud to be in my favor. Third non-negotiable is I want to see an actual signal that I recognize. So it has to be switch trade, railroad, captain setup. I can explore in the right environment a captain setup failure with a switch trade. Those are high quality as well. So those four are very important to me. Okay? And I want them to happen as close to the middle of the range as possible. That's a non-negotiable. So you got to ask yourself, what is your non-negotiables when it comes to trading? From the technical standpoint, those are all technical criteria. Then you have emotional criteria that you have to be committing to as well. So what are your non-negotiables when it relates to your state of mind? I like the way you said it, Jose. I really do. That strategy is unstoppable, and that is a big thing too. Be honest with you. I mean, even at that point, you got to give it a bit of room. I mean, you could go 20 1 to 1 with 20-20, or you could go 1 to 1, 10 to 10, and and manage the market. The only issue is having your risk control too tight. I mean, that is a problem, actually, believe it or not, because you may end up drowning in just the noise. And your stop needs to be relevant to the price action and not necessarily just relevant to your definition of risk, which make it a little bit tricky. Like people will say, okay, I want to only risk 5 points and make 10. Okay, develop a strategy based on that. You're gonna drown in the noise of the market, no matter how precise you try to be. So it just needs to be a legitimate stop, basically. Yeah, I be honest with you, Panos. I rather have less size with more give myself more range than have a lot of size with a very tight range. So you could adjust your dollar value to what you think makes sense to you, as long as it makes really technical sense, and then just adjust your size and give yourself more room in the market. So if you want to lose $400 maximum in a trade, I mean, that's one contract 20 points, or 5 micros for 40 points. Look at the flexibility you just gave yourself by cutting it into micros. I mean, you're saying that signal when everything is in sync, with a 40-point stop, will give you a lot of flexibility. And do you know what pays you in the market? Flexibility. That's what pays you in the market. It's not a system that pays you, it's your flexibility that pays you. That's also correct, Jose. Good job, Panos. Yeah, good job, my friend. Yeah, I mean, that's the sign of a good trader. Whenever you are down for the day and you stick to your system and you come out ahead, that is the sign that. Well, now it's becoming yours, Panos. Because you're going to tweak it to your own temperament. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. Ultimately, no decisions. Well, there's a lot of decisions. I didn't put on any trades. And we will do this again tomorrow. And we have the rest of the year for us to win and win big. Okay? So we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. You guys have a blessed day. Precision is always a decision. And we'll see you on the next one. Here goes Adam. You want to... There you go, Adam. I want it now. Let me tell you one thing, my friend. The biggest win that you'll ever have in your trading and in life, and the older I become, the more this becomes true to me, is whenever you actually have control over your own emotions and you have control over your own mind. That you understand it, that you understand how to manipulate it, how to change the temperament within your mental makeup, understanding its strengths and its weaknesses, and ultimately become at peace with all of it. If there's anything is a win in life, is winning that battle. Trading is just becomes a manifestation of you winning in your head. So I don't want to I don't want to win. I know I'm going to win in trading because I win in trading, but I want to win here. Between those two ears, that's where I want to win. Every single day. I want to make sure I win in that place. There's a book that I think you probably, if you are somebody that likes to read, do you know what, Adam? That's the most profound thing I've heard you say since you've been here. Well, I mean, you say a lot of profound things, don't take me wrong, but that is such a beautiful statement that you just made. It's a recognition. You're recognizing the things that held you back, and that is the first step. And the next step is working through it. Because once you get that under control, which you will, then you're unstoppable in the market. You are absolutely unstoppable because you have the aggression. Now it needs to be controlled aggression. And striking that balance. Well, pain avoidance is part of it. There's a lot of things that we go through. Pain avoidance is one of them. And, anxiety and aggression due to greed and impatience is another one. I mean, there's a lot of mental programming that we have in our head that really is an obstacle to our success as a trader. And there is the isolate, dissect, and dissolve process, in which you isolate what you think is an issue. And Adam recognized one of them, and then dissect it. So why is your, for example, your ego is an obstacle? What's the component of your ego that is telling you, um, that's gearing you in the wrong direction? And dissect those elements and say, okay, maybe I have a fear of a pain, and my ego will defend it. And people either have a fight or flight reaction to pain. Okay, most people go through avoidance. Some people fight. So you got to know which one you are in that equation, and then dissect the different elements. And the way you dissect them is not by fighting them, it's by embracing them. So if you have pain avoidance, don't say, I'm not going to have pain avoidance, because you just gave that thought more energy. You really have to embrace it and make it yours. Say, oh, okay, I have the problem of pain avoidance, because it's a defense mechanism. It helps me avoid pain, so you don't stick your hand in the fire and not, your body will automatically jerk, even if your mind is telling you, oh, you just stick around. It's a physical reaction that's supposed to help us. So you go into each of these elements, and you go in there and you be aware of it, and be tolerant of yourself, be understanding, be accepting, and then release it. And just keep doing that process. Identify the problem, isolate it, dissect it, dissolve it into a pattern that is a positive one, and just repeat that process. And what you will find over time, your ego becomes an asset, not a liability, because your ego will tell you, I am patient enough to wait through all the things that needs to happen, and now I got a winning trade. Let me press, and let me press hard. But guess what? You isolated all the bad behaviors and just distilled it to the best behaviors. And see, and that is a very good thing that you're saying too. And you don't need a cattle prod, Adam. You just need to kind of forgive yourself for all the mistakes that you happen in your life, and don't be too harsh on yourself, because if you're harsh on yourself, you lose yourself, and if you lose yourself, it manifests itself in trading, and you find a lot of difficulty. And a lot of it is just, you have to accept that you're a human being going through this journey, and none of us have all the answers to all our problems. If people say give compassion to other people, the person I need to give compassion to is you. That's who you need to give compassion to. The healing that needs to happen doesn't need to happen to other people, it needs to happen to you. You see the world through your own eyes. Anyway, so I'm very encouraged by you saying all these things that you're saying, Adam, and that is growth, and that growth will lead you to beautiful places in trading and in life. Every single one of us grow, man. Every single one of us. Nobody has figured out life. Nobody. Zero. All what we do is experience it. So you gotta look at yourself, and you gotta ask yourself, what do you want to experience in life? Do you want to experience financial struggles? you want to experience struggling as a trader, or do you want to experience winning in your mind than winning in every part of your life? So nobody figured out life, you experience it. And you experience it according to your intention. So explore that. Spend some time, quiet time, going through that process of isolate, dissect, and dissolve, and be kind to yourself through that process. And just understand that if you think we all struggle in trading in some form or fashion, but you by being aware of the issues you have and going through a process to break it down is how you experience trading at a higher level. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, guys, you guys have a blessed day. We'll see you on the next one.